right, it's a beautiful Thursday morning, and my name still remains Adenike Sanda-Dada, and I'm happy to be here with you again on Sunshine TV and on our program Sunshine Today. Well, it's a nice day, it's a wonderful day. Things are happening out there, like I've always told you that things are happening. So we have so many things to talk about, and today we're going to be talking about education, and then funny enough, we are going to be talking to somebody all the way from Norway. We're going to be talking to him concerning corruption, because he has an NGO that is Nigeria Unite Against Corruption. So we're going to be talking about corruption, we're going to be talking about NGO. It's time Nigerians really unite against corruption. The NGO is Nigerians United Against Corruption. It's a group of Nigerians that have come together to say, look, this country is not going to go like this country is not going to spoil like this, we have to do something about it. But Oladele Olawole is the CEO and founder of Nigerians United Against Corruption, that is NUAC. And also I have Kayode Salako also in the house. Kayode Salako has a school. He has been in the education system for a very long time now. I know you know him to always come and talk about the state of the nation and talk about change because of his NGO. But today we're going to be talking education. He's been in the system of education for a long time, and he is the proprietor and founder of a school, a very big school. So we're going to be talking about education in Nigeria. But I'm going to go on a short break, and when we come back, we're going to first of all talk to Dele. And like I told you earlier, that we are going to be talking to a friend and a brother all the way from Norway, and he is Oladele Olawole. He is the CEO, founder of Nigerians United Against Corruption. Hello, Dele, are you there?
I'm here.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Are you?
We're good. We're fine. Not to take much of your time, because I know you're a very busy man. What is your NGO all about?
Yeah, the NGO is all about fighting corruption in a different way.
Okay.
We call it Nigerians United Against Corruption International.
Okay.
It was registered here in Norway in 2013.
All right.
And then we thought that we look at the issues affecting Nigerians all over the world.
Yeah.
And at the bottom of that, corruption is a fundamental problem that is affecting us. Then we try to look for the common denominator.
Yeah.
And the common denominator we could see is just the mindset of the people.
Okay.
So corruption is all about the mind. And what we are trying to do is to re-engineer the mindset of the people.
Okay.
So it's not that we are fighting the government or we are fighting anybody, but we just want to ask ourselves, Nigerians, is what I'm doing, is it right? We want to speak to the conscience of the people.
Okay. To the
So
conscience.
that is what we have been doing since 2011.
Since 2011. So how far have you been able to benefit? Rather, have you been able to go through and
They said that Rome was not built in a day, and then change is one of the most difficult things for any human being to adopt.
Yeah.
We are winning. We are making some impact among our members that are following us.
Okay.
And then we are happy with the kind of the result that we are getting.
All right. Okay.
So
Do you have you started in Norway? In Nigeria, you have chapters. You have people also doing the same thing here in Nigeria.
Yeah, we have chapters in Lagos. We have chapters in Abuja.
Okay.
And then we have members all over the country, actually.
Okay. Well, all right. Now, how do you see what is going on in Nigeria in terms of corruption? Yes, you have said it, that it has to do with the mindset of the people. Yes, but you know, it started from somewhere. It started from the top to the bottom. So, how will you rate the Nigerian government?
Before we have to look at governments, we have a theory in Mark.
All right.
And our theory is that there is no corrupt government in this world, but corrupt people.
Okay.
If the people, government is just like an ordinary, it's a passive element. It's not active because every morning, every day, people go to the office. They open the door to operate the office. When they operate the office, they are operating the government. If those people operating the office or operating the government are corrupt, that government will be corrupt.
Okay.
So, when you look at the government, before you look at the government, you have to look at those people, those women, for example, that are selling products in Agudi or J or anywhere in Ibadan, any places. Most of these people, they are selling gari, and then 1 kilogram of gari, they will shrink the plastic. So they are not getting actually what to pay for.
Yeah.
And somebody is selling akara, and then will be mixing with gari without telling that, okay, there is gari inside this akara. So if such a person should go to the government, that person will be corrupt too. So this is the mindset, this is what we see. So the issue of corruption in Nigeria is not about, okay, maybe from the top to the bottom, or we see it actually the other way around, from the bottom to the top. So it's from home, everything is home based, everything started from home.
Like they say, charity begins at home.
Yeah. So when you started that, when you have to bribe your child to do something for you, you are encouraging that child that, okay, you don't do anything for free.
Yeah.
You have to, so when that child get to the ministry of any ministry, they will be demanding for bribe. Because he has been taught or she has been taught that, okay, you don't do anything for free, even though he's being paid to do what he's doing. So these are the issues that we are trying to address, that, okay, Nigeria is corrupt because Nigerians are corrupt.
Okay.
But among all those people that are corrupt, 170 million people cannot be corrupt.
Yeah.
So where are those that are not corrupt? Why are they not fighting? Why are they not saying, no, I'm not corrupt. I have my dignity, I have my integrity.
Yeah.
So these are the people that we are trying to attract.
Okay.
So that we can confront that demon known as corruption.
That has eaten so deep into Nigerians. You call it a demon?
Yeah, corruption is a demon.
Okay. All right. Now, it has eaten so deep into Nigerians. All right. Now, how do you see? We have the youths coming up, and like you said, that where are those people that are not corrupt, that are out there? What are they doing? And those are the people you're trying to bring out. Now, the issue of corruption, how has it affected us? You know, economically, physically, and otherwise.
Yeah. When you talk about corruption, when you talk about the issue of corruption, it affects every entity in Nigeria. It affects animate and inanimate objects in the country. When I talk about inanimate objects, we are talking about the structure, the infrastructures in the country.
All right.
You can see that, okay, there are basically no infrastructure in that country. The telephone services that we are using are maybe based in South Africa. And most of the international investors, they don't want to invest in corrupt environments. And this one has this impact on our youth. 60% of the population of Nigerians appear to be youth. And out of these 60%, many of them are not even employed. They went to school, no job, nothing whatsoever. And then you can now look at the crime rate in the society, which is on the increase. Because the people because our youth are not fully employed, they are not engaged, they want to survive. And nobody is taking good care of them. You see a man of 30, a man of 40 still living with his parents, with his family, still being fed by the parents. And most of these parents, they are aging. When they should be resting, when they should be relaxing, when they should be going on holidays and enjoying their life, they are still feeding their children 20, 30, 40 years after. That is wrong. So everybody is affected. Even many of all those of us in the diaspora, we are affected because anytime we are coming home, we have to think about Madam Bimbo.
Shukura, you have to bring something home for virtually almost everybody.
Yeah, you have to think about everything, and then many of us, we have to do double work to keep the hands meet. We have to pay our bills here. We have to think about people in Nigeria. We have to think about one brother that is not in school. So at the end of the day, we are stressed out.
Yeah.
And that is why we are dying younger. You can see that, okay, mostly if you open any Nigerian news media today, somebody has died before 50. That is not life. And people don't see that, okay, at the bottom of all this stress in life, no electricity, the hospitals are not working. If one is involved in an accident, the emergency services is poor. When you look at the bottom of all these things, you find corruption at the bottom. But people don't know.
Yeah.
They will think that, okay, it is one that is behind their mystery. So they sleep on the top of the mountain every Sunday, every Friday, from Friday to Sunday. You don't see some people at home, they are on beaten by mosquito and everything, some beaten by a cake, some beaten by a snake and some other stuff like that. When they should be resting in their house, when they should be having peace in their home, when they should be spending quality time with their family. So the whole thing is just upside down.
All right. Now, how do you think we can? I know we can't stop it, probably, but we can reduce corruption. How do you think we can do that?
Yeah, we started something here.
Okay.
And we are happy so far with the result that we are getting.
Okay.
It's like, it's like an experiment, you know. You want to find out precisely what is going on. We are not just talking. We are analyzing issues. We predict the future. And then we are thinking that, okay, the best way to go about this is actually to catch them young.
Yeah.
You have to start with the children. You have to imbibe in them the element of integrity.
Integrity, yeah.
You have to let them know that, okay, there's dignity of God. So what we are doing is that, okay, as NOAC, we try to separate, we have some departments, we have the Women Development Center, we have the Youth Development Center, and then we have the Children Center. So we pay more attention on the children because, okay, they are easy to move them and easy to move. But at the same time, we continue to talk to the general public, to the whole citizen, that you are your own enemy.
All right. Okay. All right, Dele. You're talking of over there that's what you do. How do you intend here in Nigeria? How do you intend to do those things here in Nigeria? Don't forget that our government are less concerned, and we have so many problems, no job, and so many things going on. The issue of power is there. The issue of education is there. The issue of unemployment is there. So how does your group intend to help solve these things so that corruption can reduce?
Yeah, like I told you, they did something in Germany many years ago.
All right.
When there is any, on the main road, on their road, when there is any accident, they will display on the road that kind of accident. How many people died, the tragic picture, they will show it. So some people began to take caution. And today, the whole of Europe, if you want to drive so fast, you have to go to Germany. While in the other country, you have to limit your speed. They have speed reduction. What they are telling you is that, okay, the Yoruba people too, they have that Asian wisdom. Here on the area many years ago. They said, bí ojú bá ṣe ìpín, a máa yọ ìpín yà fi ojú rẹ̀ àbí. So if your eyes do something, produce something bad, you have to remove it and show it, just speck in your eyes or something like that. So what you are trying to do is that, okay, you have to show the people how corruption affects them.
Okay.
And that is what our people are doing. That is what our members are doing.
Okay.
They are empowering one another.
Okay.
We cannot just go out there first and say that, okay, we are here, we are corruption fighters. We first and foremost fight the corruption inside us. we first need to re-engineer ourselves, and that is what our people are doing. That is what our members are doing. They are meeting every month in Abuja, in Lagos.
All right.
They are empowering themselves. They are getting new knowledge.
Okay.
They are relearning their trade, because without job, you cannot say you are fighting any corruption. So we have a department we call sustainability and development.
Okay.
Whereby what we are trying to do actually is to retrain people, to relearn some things. Right. If you give a Nigerian tailor a cloth to sew for you, you'll be wondering if this one was sold by a forgery or by a blind man or something like that. It's not straight, you know what I mean? When you sew, it has to be straight, it has to be perfect, it has to be good. You have to be thinking of somebody else, not about you. So what we are trying to do is, okay, we train people too along the line. Okay. To do things properly. All right. Aesthetically, so that they can have better markets outside Nigeria. Okay. So these are the kind of new knowledge that we are bringing in, the kind of new experience, the kind of new things that we are introducing to the system. So it's a movement. It's a movement that is going on, and you know it takes time. Yeah. All right, then I want to commend you that you have though you're not in Nigeria, but you have Nigerians who are your people in mind. Now, my final question is going to be that the government, what are you doing to get through to the government? What are you doing to get through to the government? But before you answer that, I'm going to go on a short break. We'll be back to you very shortly. All right, we've been talking to Dele all the way from Norway, and we've been talking about corruption. We're going to go on a very short break, and when we come back, he's going to answer his final question before I let him now. All right, we've been talking to Dele from Norway, and you heard about corruption. He has said so much about it. Now we had a final question for him before we let him go. And Dele, you're on now. So what's the last thing you're going to have to say to us, especially in this time of election? Yeah, I just want to let Nigerians know that Nigeria belongs to Nigeria.
Nigeria belongs to Nigeria, okay?
And it's like, okay, Nigeria, you have to take it like your home.
Yeah.
How do you build your home? What do you want for your life? You have to think seriously about your children. Okay. The future of your children is more important. Many women are suffering today. They are in the market, in the sun, in the farm. Yeah. And when the election comes, they will bribe them with a yam tuber and
bag of rice,
things like that, and bag of rice. Yeah, it's good that, okay, you collect all this gunje or what do you call it, all this free stuff. But you have to think about the future of your children. You have to think about your own future. Life is not what you think it is.
It is, yeah.
You must have good electricity, you must have access to good air, you must have good access to water, you must have good access to good life. So what we are saying is that, okay, Nigerians must think seriously about their future.
The future, yeah.
They must vote for the right. We don't know who is right or who is wrong. Now we don't decide, because NWAC is a non-religious or non-political organization.
Yeah.
So we don't decide for Nigeria. Nigeria must decide for themselves.
Okay.
But we want the best for the nation.
Okay.
We want the best for the children. We want the best for the youth.
Okay.
And we want the best for everybody.
All right, now I was asking a particular question before we went on break, that the federal government, how do you intend to get through to them? How do you intend to make them come on so that they could do things that will help reduce corruption?
Yeah, we are trying to position ourselves in such a way that, okay, it is then that we come to us. We don't want to come to anybody. We are trying to, you say you are fighting somebody. I mean, we are not fighting the government per se. If they see us as a good partner, because we are doing something that has never been done in Nigeria, where Nigerians are actually investing their time, where they are actually investing their money, where they are actually doing so much for their own country. We are encouraging Nigerians to love Nigerians. Okay. And any government in this world that is responsible, that is reasonable, should know that, okay, this is an organization to associate with. So we will be doing what we are supposed to do. We will not go to them. And I think maybe when we have any reasonable one among them, they will contact us and say, okay, how can you help us, or how can we tap into your knowledge, and we'll be there for them.
All right.
If you go there, we might actually, it's like, okay, we are compromising our stance too. And then at the end of the day, maybe some people are hurt, and then people will be saying, because many people have been saying, okay, when are you coming to Nigeria? All the anti-corruption organizations in this country, they are even more corrupt. So we want to stand out. We want to maintain our integrity.
All right, Dele. Right now, you thought it was audio. It's not audio because you are on live. You're on live, yes. Everybody has seen your face now.
So I'm looking like a pilot.
Oh, well. Everybody see your face. All our viewers have seen your face right now. And also I want to ask you, now you've talked about the government, do you have some people that are part of your organization, probably some top people who are, because people believe that corruption is from the top, but do you have some people who are not corrupt and are top, in quotes, if you know what I mean, and they are part of the organization?
Actually, because most of these people work in the government, we might not be able to mention some names. We have good people at Federal Road Safety, for example, Federal Road Safety Commission. And then they are very wonderful human beings. I work with some of them in the past. I know them to be men of integrity. We have police officers even among us.
Okay, really? That's surprising. Police officers, as in Nigerian police?
As in Nigerian police.
Really?
So they are very good people. They don't take bribe.
Really? We still have people in the police that don't take bribe?
I tell you, they are responsible. We have people in custom and excise. We have people in the military. We have them all over. There are some men of integrity in Nigeria, great people. Most of these people in the country.
Then don't let them come from you. Well, we usually leave the phone lines open and for people to call in and ask questions. So viewers, the number to call is on your screen, 0091770997. You can call in and then ask Dele some questions you feel you should ask him, because so far I think your group is the only group right now that is fighting corruption in Nigeria. This is the first time people will really hear that. But we'll go on a break. When we come back, we'll leave the phone lines open. So Dele, we're going on a short break right now.
Okay.
From Norway, and like you know, we have Kayode Salako here.
Kayode Salako.
Okay. Kayode Salako. I think from now I have to start adding my Adenike to my name. So that it will be complete. And you're looking like a complete Yoruba man today.
Thank you very much.
Just like Dele said, that he likes when you put the cap.
Yes. Of course, I'm a true Yoruba man.
Yes, you are. You are a true Yoruba man.
My mother is a Yoruba man. My father is a Yoruba man.
So you are complete.
Yoruba man.
Okay. I hope Dele is a complete Yoruba man.
I'm not so sure now.
Why you not so sure? Why you not so sure?
I have to check because it's been a long time.
Oh really?
Anytime, any day, I'm a typical Yoruba man.
From which state?
And I think we've done a lot for the Yoruba people actually.
From which state, Dele?
I participated to Yoruba.
Okay. Oh, that's
and then
nice.
I participated in developing the first form to write Yoruba on the computers. And then I have a lot of software being used at universities in the US to teach Yoruba language.
Oh, really? That's nice.
Very good.
And I applied the Oladele Olawole in Yoruba, so it will be available on YouTube very soon.
Oh, okay. So you're a typical Yoruba man then.
No, he's a typical Norwegian
Yoruba man.
Norwegian Yoruba man.
All right, Kayode, it's nice to have you here on Sunshine.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Adenike.
Good morning.
Thank you for having me here again.
Oh, yeah. All right, now we're going to talk about education in Nigeria. Our education system has been terrible. Terrible.
Of course.
If there's another word to
that we can use, another adjective
that
we can use to qualify it.
It's nothing to write home about, and it's affecting our children. But what do you think is the problem? Because the system is there. Everything we need to make education worthwhile in this country is there. It's available. But what do you think is the problem?
Yeah, Adenike, you see, just as you have said, education in Nigeria is not only terrible, but it has become a child's play. It has become an unserious vocation.
Okay.
You know, even to the children themselves. Education is like their normal phone that they play with. So that when it gets spoiled, when it gets spoiled, when they lose it, they just cry to their mother and for another one.
Another one.
So it has been like a puppet, kind of an adventure,
Yeah.
you know, in Nigeria. It is very unfortunate. I have been in the education industry for 24 years now.
Wow.
24 good years, and I want to tell you that the education system in Nigeria, instead of advancing, instead of developing, it is retrogressively developing. Retrogressively in what sense? You see, what used to make education substantial
Yeah.
in the past, like you see the children, school children getting interested in picking their Bible to write constructively, you know, with good interest. Some of these cultures are no more. There is a distraction, a sharp distraction around the children of nowadays. They have been distracted away from picking their textbooks,
Yeah.
doing whatever they want to do from their textbooks, depending on their notebooks, on their books, to now depending on their phones. Those devices, those Android, those
Yeah. Blackberry.
Blackberry, and all of that. That is where the interest of the children of nowadays are. And I am not going to blame them. I am going to blame the education system in Nigeria, the regulators of the education system in Nigeria. What is happening to Nigeria's education system right now is basically failure. Purely failure of the regulation system. The regulatory agencies in Nigeria have become a kind of a PR collectors instead of the real regulators they are supposed to be. For example, nowadays, if there is going to be anything like that at all, when inspectors visit schools nowadays, what they end up asking for is their PR envelopes. So, it's their PR envelopes. And when you, as a school runner,
Yeah.
the owner of the school, knows that, okay, there are so many facilities you ought to have put in place,
Yes.
so many standards you ought to have put in place, and you know that when the people that are supposed to regulate you,
Yeah.
when they come, instead of them to force you to put those things in place, what they will collect is their PR envelope. So you will relax. You will relax, and instead of looking for the means to put those facilities in place,
Yes.
all you will just be looking for is a $5 envelope, and that PR token they are going to put in that envelope. So that is number one. Now let me now go to the nitty-gritty of what is the problem with Nigeria's education. The parents of nowadays, they are a problem on one part.
Okay.
The mentality in the parents of nowadays is a problem. The failure of the regulatory system from the part of the government is a problem. Now, the quality of the teachers that are out there today in Nigeria to deliver this quality education to these children is also no longer there. The people that go into teaching profession nowadays are people that have been frustrated out of unemployment industry. You know, we have the employment industry, and we have the unemployment industry in Nigeria. So most people that are into teaching profession right now are people that have been frustrated out of the unemployment industry in Nigeria. And the motivation factor too is there. How much does a teacher earn? What kind of life do these teachers live? Is the teaching profession in Nigeria giving them, at least optimally, the type of life they would have loved to live? The kind of standard a teacher would have loved to live? Is the salary giving them? Now let me also tell you something. Any system where you see professionals, true professionals, teachers, medical doctors, lawyers, accountants, engineers, where you see true professionals, including men of God, running after the politicians before they can survive, that system has failed. So the Nigerian system today has failed. It's a failed system because you now see accountants, engineers, medical doctors, people that the politicians are supposed to be running after for support.
Are now the ones running after.
They are now the ones running after the politicians for survival. Then that is an indication that this present Nigeria is a failed system. And this is what I've been saying since 2007, that I decided I wanted to come into this, activism and social advocacy business. I think I should know what I'm doing from 2007 to now. That's about 8 years that I've been talking on radio, television, and all that. And all I've been saying are the facts. The failure of the education system in Nigeria today is the failure of the fact that nobody is properly regulating the system anymore. Everybody is now thinking politics. Another thing again is that the Nigerian system has so restructured the standard of living of the Nigerian workers today, to the extent that nobody wants to depend on the salary again. Everybody will always be looking for how else they can make more money, plenty money, other than the salary. When you see a policeman in the street, he has forgot that he's a salary earner. He sees himself on that street as being there to make extra income. When you go to the hospital, public hospitals, you are very sick or you are ill, and you want the doctors, the nurses to attend to you. They see themselves as being there to generate extra income from you, so you have to put something for them. You have to give them something before they can attend to you adequately. A system where teachers will forget about their salaries and be looking at the students they're supposed to teach to give them little things. Or maybe the parents of the children must come and compensate them first, come and give them something first before they can be motivated enough to teach
the children.
Is a failed system. Today, the only industry that is working in Nigeria is the political industry. Other industries are going down. Industries are closing down. And churches are buying those industries. So, let me also say that it's not only the political industry that is working. The religious industry too is booming. There is a boom there too. So those are the only two industries that are working. The medical industry is frustrated. The banking industry is frustrated. Every banker in Nigeria today is thinking of how to go and contest an election in his village to hold a political office. Every true professional in Nigeria today is looking into politics for him to be able to get a better life. So, the failure of the education system is the failure of the regulatory system. Nobody is properly regulating the education industry anymore. And let me also tell you this. in Nigeria today, there is no proper regulation guiding how you can start a school. So, in Nigeria, if you lost out of a job, you are frustrated,
You start a school.
you need something to do. The most available business anybody can start in Nigeria today is a school. In Nigeria, those who cannot even write their own names, they can't even pick a biro to write their own names, run schools. So that is why you see a lot of mushroom schools around.
Everywhere, almost everywhere you see.
So in a society where the number of mushroom schools are more than the number of the real schools, the standard schools, there is no way when WAEC result comes out, the number of the children that will fail will not be more than the number of children that will pass.
Yeah.
So many of the candidates, the WAEC candidates that have been, forwarded to WAEC for examination, 80% of them are from these mushroom schools.
Yeah.
And let me also now tell you why many Nigerian WAEC candidates are failing. The reason is this: the WAEC authority themselves, the West African Examination Council Authority, they've also stepped up their game to curb examination malpractices.
Yeah.
There are a lot of biometric science systems now that have been introduced that are making it difficult for the teachers to assist the candidate to write the exams anymore like it used to be. The examiners are also afraid. The WAEC invigilators, they are afraid now to collect bribe. The students themselves, there are systems that have been put in place that are not encouraging special center syndrome. Parents paying teachers to help their children to write. Mercenary syndrome. So WAEC is working on all these, leakages, all these, anomalies almost every day. And so the regulatory system on the part of WAEC is becoming better and better every day, each year. This year now, the systems WAEC will bring out, nobody knows yet, but I'm very sure it will be better than last year.
Okay.
Because with the advent of biometric science, online registration, this and that, it is really regulating and curbing examination malpractices. So the WAEC candidates, the present WAEC candidates, don't have a choice than for the many of them to write the exams by themselves.
Okay.
Many of them are now writing the exams by themselves. So when they now write by themselves, the result of what they have written is what we now see from all the WAEC results that have been released in recent years.
Right.
Failure, 70% failure, 80% failure, 65% failure, because examination malpractices is being worked on seriously by WAEC. So children are now being forced to write the exams by themselves.
Okay.
And for those who can still go back to the old culture of old tradition of preparing for exams very well, some of these candidates that pass, they actually wrote the exams by themselves because they prepared very well for it. But for those who are still living in that fool's paradise of, I have registered in a special center, my parents have paid the principal of our school, there will be some, mercenaries to come and assist me to write my exam. They are the ones that have been meeting disappointment during the examination period. When they get to the examination center and they discover that M cannot come, so they will be forced to write whatever they can write, and when the result comes out, the result is failure. So that is the problem. Let me now go to the angle of the parents. You see, parents of nowadays, I don't know what has happened. I don't know what is the problem. A child.
Okay, we have a phone in. Somebody, we have somebody calling in.
Yeah.
Let's quickly take that. Hello? Hello? We lost that. I think there's a network problem.
You see, a child that is just about 6 years old, the parents want him to be in GS3. They want him to be in SS2.
At 6?
They just continue to give them double promotion. You know, a child whose brain is still very mature, a child that all he thinks about is ice cream and chocolate, a child who still needs to be properly guided to be able to do things right, a child that mentally is not yet mature.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Please turn down the volume of your TV. All right, we lost that.
A child that mentally he still needs a lot to put there. Then the parents will start. The parents are so much in a hurry. Parents of nowadays, they are so much in a hurry. Yeah, my child is in primary 3. Oh, the mother is already thinking of how that child can leave primary 3 to primary 6. Primary 6 system is even dead in Nigeria. I understand the government is trying to revive that now. Most children now leave primary school from primary 4 and 5. From primary 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you see some parents walk into my office to say, into our admission office in the school. I run a private secondary school. The parents will come in and say, yes, I know that my child is in primary 4. But look at the size. The last result is called A parallel. And because of that, I feel he's too brilliant for the class.
Okay.
Please assist us to move into GSS 1. I see all this is every day.
Wow.
And when I asked, Madam, why are you so much in a hurry? This child, education is a process. The government that planned syllabus for every certain year.
Yeah, they know what
they're doing. It is a process. A child must pass through that yearly process before he can be mentally mature to be able to face these life challenges, examination challenges, and all that. Go to Unilab today. Go to University of Lagos today, or UI in Ibadan. Go there today and go and see the ages and the sizes of the undergraduates we have here. Toddlers. Some of them still carry popcorn and ice cream on the graduate university. Some of them still carry teddy bear bags on campus. You know, and when they face any little problem, the next thing they will pick their phones and call their mommy, in the university. Hello. So that is the issue. This double promotion, over promotion, in those days, when if a child deserves to be promoted, it is the school that will recommend it. But nowadays, it is the parents that are saying, if you cannot promote my child, I will pull my child out of the school. That's where another problem comes in again.
Alright.
Another problem.
It's obvious that the education system problem.
There is confusion there.
Very wide.
There is very wide.
Very wide.
And let me also add this. For as long as the government cannot regulate the system in such a way that it will be difficult for you to just pull your child out of this school and put that child in another school, we will continue to have this mess. You imagine a situation whereby you are a teacher and your child refuses to write the lesson notes, and maybe you just give him a tap like this,
and then gets back home to tell.
and the child gets back home, tells the parents comes to the school to come and fight, or maybe when they don't come and fight, they decide that, oh, they are abusing my child in that school. Why should the teacher touch my child? For that reason, my child is not going to that school anymore. They take that child to another school. These are some of the reasons that the value system in our education system has died. That cultural value that makes our education system to be very interesting, to be substantial, are no longer there. Everybody is just frustrating the education system. The government is frustrating it, the parents are frustrating it, even the teachers are not motivated. Because a teacher that is earning 30,000 naira per month, and because his coursemate that they finish the university together is in another industry, maybe earning about 250,000 naira per month, and they communicate every day, that alone is a demotivation. My friend that will finish the same university together is earning 250,000. I am here teaching as a teacher because of unemployment situation. I'm earning 30,000 naira. That is demotivation. Then what of the issue of teacher training?
That's another different.
I can continue to talk and talk for the next 2 hours on the problem with the education system in Nigeria.
I'll have to bring you back on this same issue.
Please do.
The training for the teachers is a different thing. The public school is another story.
Private
school is another story. The parents, another story.
Yeah.
All right, we've been talking to Kayode Salako. It's still Sunshine today on Sunshine TV. And we still have Dele there, listening to us all the way from Norway, participating in this. Well, I don't have much time anymore. I'm just going to sit there with everything Kayode has said. It still boils down to what Dele to have said about corruption. And then the mindset of our
money-centrism.
Money-centrism.
Nigeria has become a money-centric society. It is money that runs everything.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry to cut you here. I think again we have to look deeper into the issue of the educational system in the country. We have to understand where we got it all wrong in order to move forward as a nation. Our emphasis on certificates is an issue. When you play emphasis on certificate, that is why parents want their children to obtain this certificate by all means.
Yeah.
So we should be looking at, okay, what can you offer the society? Your target must be dependent upon when you are young. If you can draw, go into drawing, everybody cannot be a doctor.
Of course.
Everybody cannot be an engineer. So whatever, the parents have a lot of work to do on their own children. They have to monitor them.
You can't blame the parents, sir.
And then too, we have to teach Nigerian educational system. Everything we do is that we import them. If we have to teach physics, can we teach Nigerian physics like we do in other places, So I think these are some of the issues that we have to, it's a very interesting discussion.
Yeah, it's something that's still going to come on again, but because we don't have much time right now, we're still going to bring it on again. And I think the combination between Dele, and then Olukayode is a very good one.
Of course, very good.
So I'm going to bring both of you on. Oh yeah, I'm going to bring both of you on together again, and we're going to talk. I think we really need to talk deep into this education.
The certificate issue.
Certificate issue is another story. Everywhere you get to, out there, at least Dele is in Norway. Out there, we know that they don't really emphasize on certificates. They don't put. You are able to do something.
They emphasize on ability. Your capability. What is your mental capability? Can you do it? And that is why some people can say General Muhammad Buhari must provide his
Don't go into that. Don't let go into that.
It is a certificated inclined society.
Don't let go into that. That's what somebody else said.
Very
even if he has a NEPA bill, he's okay by that. Let's not go into it. That's another talk for that.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say thank you very much for coming on this program. Dele, I want to say thank you very much to you for being so patient and then for being part of this program today. I know it's not easy. We really took you off your time, but we were happy you're here. It's going to be on the YouTube. So for the people you are going to talk to that will want to, we will send a YouTube link to you so everybody can go on there to get it. So let's let you go, and then Olukayode Salako. Now I have to be calling Olukayode Salako. But then is it Bamidele Abi?
Or just Dele?
Oladele. Okay, all right.
So you should just Dele.
So he's Oladele. So Oladele wants to say thank you so much. And then Olukayode Salako, thank you for coming on our program. All right, it's Sunshine TV and it's Sunshine today, but we are going now until we come your way again tomorrow with something much more exciting, with another topic. We are going to let you know that there are other programs here on Sunshine TV that are going to come on. You want to quickly say
I want
something?
to talk to Nigerians.
You want to talk to
Yeah,
Nigeria?
they should let us change.
Because we don't,
They
okay.
should let us change Nigeria.
Nigeria, okay. They say change Nigeria.
Let's change Nigeria.
Not the party change, remember? But let's change Nigeria. All right, my name is Adenike, Sanda-Dada. Till I come your way again tomorrow, I want to say stay blessed and always be good. And then fight corruption, fight the education system in Nigeria, because those are the things that will make our children tomorrow. Bye for now.